Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live today. I'm so glad to see such a great, nice crowd out there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, no matter where you are located in the world, no matter what you're up to at the moment. I see a comment here from Tambra, and she says, I'm standing in line waiting to check out after some last-minute Christmas shopping. Probably be able to watch the entire presentation before I get to the front of the line. So Tambra, thanks for joining us, even in line doing your Christmas shopping. Let us know where the rest of you are, and we hope that you get to watch the whole presentation. Not that we hope that the lines are long, so good luck there. Thank you everyone for joining us. Really so glad to see users from all over the world. I see Kenya, Atlanta, Georgia. Where else? We have Ontario, Canada, Southern New Jersey, Tennessee, Dublin, Ireland, just all over the world. So thank you everybody for joining us today. So glad to see you all with us. We have a fantastic session for you all today with a great friend of MyHeritage, so we're so excited about it. Before I get to it, I just want to let you know about a few things that we have going on here at MyHeritage. There seem to be so many things going on, so much exciting news that we have to share with you. So the first thing we have to let you know about is the MyHeritage 60% off complete plans at MyHeritage. Complete plans are the best plans that we have to offer. Unlimited access to 12.7 billion historical records, unlimited family tree size, access to our photo tools that you can see there in the picture right over there that colorize and enhance your family photos. So really a fantastic plan. 60% off is really an amazing deal. So we'll be putting a link to that in the comment section for you all to check out. In addition, we have our Christmas DNA sale going on with free shipping when you order 2 or more kits. So also a fantastic gift for the holidays. Check it out. We'll put a link to that as well in the comments. And another thing that we're really excited about, which we'll talk about a little bit more today also, is the My Holiday Heritage competition that we have going on at MyHeritage. So for this competition, we'd like to hear about your family's traditions over the holidays. Do you have a favorite family recipe that you make year to year? An ornament that you always make sure to take out and put on the tree together? Whatever it may be, we know that this year may be a little bit different for a lot of people out there, spending it with less family in person. So maybe it'll be a year to make new family traditions. But we'd like to hear about traditions, new and old, how you're spending your holidays. So please let us know. Today you can enter by, we'll be having a draw today as well, giving away a MyHeritage Complete Plan. So just use the hashtag MyHolidayHeritage and put a little note about your family tradition for the holidays in the comments section throughout today's talk. In addition, you have another opportunity of winning if you just post on your own Facebook page or Instagram or Twitter page, also using that hashtag and tagging MyHeritage. That'll give you additional entries to the competition. We'll put more information about this contest in the comment section so that you can all check it out, and we really hope that you all enter. We love reading your stories. We love to hear about traditions. I know that traditions vary a lot based on the different country that your families are from, all over the world, and we really love hearing these stories. They're so special and really meaningful, so please share them with us. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our speaker, a great friend of MyHeritage, a rock star genealogist. We have with us Thomas MacEntee. Hello, Thomas.
Hey, Esther, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Happy holidays. I'm doing fine. It's getting cold here in Chicago, and I'm sitting inside ready to do some genealogy education.
I love your decorations there in the background.
Thank you. Those are all ancestor photos, and those are ornaments that I made. They're all children from about 1900 to 1910. I don't know if I can get a better look over there with my camera, but I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of a delay. Yeah, not sure it's changing. So let's see. Yeah, it's not working that well. So, but as long as you can see me, that's the important part, right?
Definitely, definitely. And
Yeah.
we love the festive mood. So
Yeah.
it's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thanks.
And we're so excited about this topic because, as we said, this year the holidays are going to be a little bit different, a lot more
Right.
virtual. So definitely, I think a lot of folks will want to expand their family circle this year.
Yeah, and I'm all ready to go and impart some knowledge here. So if you're ready, I'm ready.
Fantastic. Let me bring up your slides. One moment. Okay, great. We see them now.
Great, thank you. And welcome everyone. And my name is Thomas MacEntee. I'm in Chicago, Illinois, what I call the third coast of the United States, right on Lake Michigan, with genealogybargains.com. So I know the importance of reaching out to family when building a family site at MyHeritage. I've used various features, mostly the DNA matches, but I've really gotten turned on now to some of the other ways to invite family in. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of how you can get started inviting current MyHeritage members, family members that are not yet on MyHeritage, and also we're going to address your DNA matches. Also at the end, we'll go over a few do's and don'ts. There can be some etiquette things. I teach an online course on finding living people, and I know what it can be to try and contact. You'd think it would be easy, right? We have trouble finding dead people, live people, living people should be no problem, but it can pose some problems. So let's get started. One thing that you want to look at, and this was not easy for me to find, a little bit of feedback to MyHeritage, I'm going to work with them on that, is the invite family feature. I wish it could stand out more. And I think now in the time of COVID and not seeing family members, it's really important. So this is what we have. You want to log in at MyHeritage first, and then you want to click home on the menu. I'll show this in an image in a minute. Click invite family. Then you'll see a list of living members on your family site. Now, this is a revelation for me. I wound up with like 1,700 living family members, and I knew that wasn't right. You know what it was? I had forgotten to enter the death date information. So that's why they were acting as living people. So that's one little tip and one little advantage of using this. And this is actually what the screen will look like. So you'll see here that there are people here that you can actually invite, and these are people from that are on my tree, and all you have to do is enter their email and go ahead and click invite. You get a confirmation that they have received the email, and then basically they will have access to your family site on MyHeritage. Now, and that's all you do. But there's another feature. This is the feature. What do you do if someone is not in your tree, they're not on MyHeritage, and you want to do what's called inviting other people manually? And the way you find this is you have to scroll down to the bottom of that invite page, and you have to click the link. Here it is. So it's down here. Notice I have 60 pages of living people to invite. I don't think that's correct. And you want to click this, invite other people manually. And once you click that, what you're going to see is the following. Where is it? Well, the invite manually screen appears, and on it, you have to select a gender. So we know where to put the person on the tree. You have to enter a first name, a last name, and an email address. And then you're going to go ahead and click invite. So this is the page that I have. I'm going to invite my cousin, Anna Toffel, and that's her real name. And you see I've got all of these other people in here as well. I've got males and females, but basically I'm going to concentrate on Anne because she's an elderly aunt, and I want to get some information out of her, and I want to collaborate with her on MyHeritage and bring her into my family circle on MyHeritage. And all you have to do is once you enter that in, you go ahead and you click invite. This is the confirmation that you should see that your invitation was successful, and basically the email goes out to Anne. Now, I want to show you also what Ann and Toffel is seeing in her email. So what does Aunt Ann have? Let's see. The confirmation does appear, and they receive the email. Also, your name is indicated on it, and this is helpful because they may never have heard of MyHeritage. So you're going to make that connection with them through that. This is the email that Anne received. It says you've been invited by Thomas MacEntee, the MacEntee family website. You can review the invitation. They can unsubscribe from this type of email. It's got all of the disclosures that are necessary. And so this is what they have to act upon. This is what I call a call to action. They need to do something about this. Hopefully they will click review the invitation. So once they do that, they do get an invitation from the MyHeritage site. It's on the MyHeritage site. And the important thing is they're going to have to provide a password. All right. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. This is what the invite looked like. It's got my banner header photo, a cover photo for my site. These are my great-grandfather and his six brothers from about the 1930s. And it says, you know, this is my tree. This is how many people are here. And this is the important part. Also, we're going to ask for a birth year. And this can be off-putting to some older relatives. I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm turning 60 soon, on my way. But the thing is, they may say, well, why? Why do you need this? At least here in the United States, we have federal laws that require that websites make sure users are over a certain age. I believe it's at least 13. So that's the reason. Also, they need to accept the terms of service and the privacy policy. There are links there for them to go ahead and see that. Then they go ahead and click continue. Once they do that, they will proceed to your site. And they also get a congratulation message with a go to My Family Tree button. Once in the family site, they can edit family member profiles, including their own. So you need to know this. They can go in and edit information. So the thing is, you might have to do some hand-holding with older relatives. You really want to make sure you communicate that maybe in a separate message. Hey, I've invited you to MyHeritage, and this is what I'm working on. I could really use your help. And so this is the invite, and it goes through what the features are. And then they can click go to My Family Tree, and that would be your family tree, your family site. So here, Ann Toffel, go ahead and has, she's entered her age. She has an account ID. It gives the information of when she was invited, etc. So all of that information is there, and she's ready to go. All right, that's all there is to it. Now remember, we're focusing on people that are not in MyHeritage yet. Just to recap, we scrolled down to the bottom of the screen and said invite manually. That's how you're going to bring these people in. So it's a fairly easy process. The thing is, take your time doing it. But what I personally do is I always follow up, if I can, to the especially older relative. I'll get on the phone or I'll send them an email. Don't forget, though, that emails sometimes can end up in a junk folder, spam email folder, anything like that. So that's what you really have to be aware of. If you're not getting a response to your invite, go ahead and give a call or send an email or maybe check with other relatives. It's a great way to check in on those older relatives too. Now, what about DNA matches and that feature on MyHeritage? I have been having so much fun with my matches. I just connected with a Henneberg cousin in the South Bronx who's sitting on 400 photos of my Hennebergs, and I'm just delighted. So it's never just about DNA with me. You never know what this is going to lead to. You want to log in at MyHeritage. You go ahead and click DNA on the menu, and then you're going to go ahead and click DNA matches. Then you will get a list of living DNA matches on the screen. So this is, and I do have permission from these two people so that I can display this information. This is a great aunt on my father's side, Gloria Capron. And basically it also shows that someone is managing her DNA, and that I believe is her son. So again, all of this information. Now you have some choices here. You can go ahead and view her on the tree. You can go ahead and review the DNA match. That's what you want to click to get to the next part. You click review DNA match. Then the review DNA match screen appears. And this is what you see. So it basically says, this is me. It also says what my kit number is, where I'm located. On the right-hand side, it's going to show my great aunt. And it's going to, I guess, John, it tells me right here that John has already set up a tree with 3 people in it. So he might also want to contact me to fill out his existing MyHeritage tree. It shows the match quality, and this is where your contact button is over on the right. This is what you need to communicate to Gloria. And what happens is it's called, I call it from an IT standpoint, masking. You're not necessarily going to see John's email or her email. It's a relay system from MyHeritage. The message comes from MyHeritage, and then they can go ahead and act upon it and contact you directly through your inbox at MyHeritage. So you click the contact button, the email invite screen appears, and this is what the email looks like. You see, I'm not going to see the exact email address for John. That's part of the privacy protection. If we want to, after this, if I want to send him a message that gives my personal email, I can do that. What I tend to do is, I know that John has a small tree here. He may not be as familiar with genealogy as I am. And I want a safe experience for him. And so basically I'll explain who I am, how we are related, and all of that information. And then I go ahead and I click send. After the brief message, you hit send. That copy of the invite will appear in the sent folder of your inbox at MyHeritage. So when you boot up and when you open up MyHeritage the next day or later, you won't see an indicator on the inbox. You'll only see a new message indicator when that person establishes contact and responds. So how about some do's and don'ts? And then I will answer your questions. So family member outreach, we're going to delve into this later on this month. I've already talked to Esther, and I said I'm going to do a blog post at MyHeritage about different ways of reaching out to family members. Should you use email? Should you use a written letter? What's the best way to get them involved and keep them involved in your genealogy and on MyHeritage? So these are the things that I came up with. Keep it short, especially when you're emailing. Remember, genealogists, we have a habit of telling the story. And for some of my family members, that's the first thing to turn them off, is to either pull out a family tree chart or to start telling the story. Tell your family member why you want their participation. Outline the benefits for them as well as for yourself. I love showing off the new photo tools. That is something that really brings my family members in. Now, I have a big family. My mother is 1 of 12. I have 41 first cousins on my mother's side, and they all average about 2 to 3 kids each. Can you tell that we were Irish Catholic? Yeah. So the thing is, I tried to bring as many as possible in. Also, try and answer any questions that the person might have about MyHeritage, especially concerning privacy. And at first, I don't do both of those emails, okay? I will send the invite first, and I'll wait a few days. And then I'll send my outside email. It can get confusing. It gets confusing for a few of my relatives, not older. And they're like, I don't understand. I got this from MyHeritage. I got this from you. What do I do? So again, I let MyHeritage and the messaging system do its work. And then I usually set a reminder on my Google Calendar saying, hey, follow up on those DNA matches, contacts, and I'll see, okay, who did I hear from? Who did I not hear from? And what else can I do to bring them into the fold? So conclusion, it really has to be a part of your research. Reaching out to my family members. I have a family member in British Columbia. She is my first cousin twice removed, I think. And so we've been exchanging information. It really has expanded my research and what I can do at MyHeritage. I also want you to consider Esther's offer. Enter that My Holiday Heritage Challenge today. You see my Christmas tree over here. I've got Christmas ornaments. I told Esther I'm getting ready to bake 1,000 Christmas cookies starting on Wednesday, mostly Greek cookies like Corapiedes and Melamacarona. And so I would love to hear about your holiday traditions. I know we all would. So go ahead, and this is how you do it. Use the hashtag MyHolidayHeritage. You can do a photo like Esther said. Is there a favorite song? Do you have a white elephant gift exchange where you pass along the same awful present to a new person every year? Remember, the cutoff is next week. It's on the 20th of December. You can also email me with questions. This is my business email address. I do try and answer all my emails. I average 300 to 400 questions a day, emails a day. So it may take me a little bit of time. So if you would give me that leeway. And then finally, this is a little bit more about me. And this is what I do for a living. I'm really trying to expand the genealogy field, bring more and more people into it. And I'd appreciate it if you could visit my site. I think I have 33 free cheat sheets right now at genealogybargains.com. And they cover a variety of things: military records, female ancestors, you name it, it's there. And I really appreciate your time. And Esther, do we have questions?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Thomas. What a great walkthrough, and so clear and thorough. I think that was really useful for everybody about all the different ways that we can get our family members a little bit more involved in our family trees. Something so important, because it's such a collaborative project.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not easy now that we can't meet in person. It's not as easy. I would love to bring a photo album over to a relative, but I can't do that right now. So I think MyHeritage, showing off the photos that I've uploaded there, showing off my mixed tiles. Can I show those off?
Of course, always.
Yeah, I've been using the mixed tiles at MyHeritage, and if you don't know about it, I just built a family tree with mixed tiles for my office wall right here. And this goes out to my second great grandparents. I do know all 16 of my second greats. And Esther was amazed. You were amazed that I knew all 32 of my third greats, right?
Incredible. So incredible.
Yeah, I am so happy that you guys linked up with mixed tiles, because they were on my radar for months. And I thought, oh, how can I do this? And so I did this. I even have a cheat sheet for this, Esther, on how people can do this on PowerPoint.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. And for anyone who doesn't know, you can enhance, colorize, or leave your photos black and white. And once you've done so, you can then choose to print however many of them that you'd like as wall art, and you'll be transferred to the Mixed Tiles site. There's special discounts for MyHeritage users. And there are these light, thin photo tiles.
That they come on and off. They come on and off about 12 different times. I mean, it's not going to last forever. One tip that I have, Esther, is the strip that you peel off. I save those. Because if you want to box them and put up a new display, like I'm going to do something in the spring, I want that on top of that so it doesn't dry out. And also, the shipping is free. And it was a week. It only took a week for me to get my mixed tiles.
Amazing. Yeah, I think mine also a week and a half, something like that. Very, very quick. And just such a great gift for somebody to show them, and also to have up in your house. You can have a mix of old photos of your ancestors interspersed with new photos. It's just such a great thing to have up. So thank you for showing us those. That's fantastic.
Any questions I can answer out there?
Yeah, so there was one that I saw that I thought was interesting that maybe you can, it was more a comment, but maybe you can you can help with this. Kevin said, it's a big assumption that the older relatives are even going to have email and the familiarity with the technology we are talking about here. So maybe you can discuss how to tackle if we have older relatives that we still want to collaborate with us, but maybe they're less less techy, less connected.
Yeah, well, the thing is, let me first say, in the time of COVID with Zoom meetings, I'm astounded. I had a 96-year-old woman on one of my Zoom webinars the other day. Zoom is being in virtual meeting is people are using it for synagogue, for church, for school, for you name it. So don't discount that. But if you remember the slide I had for my great aunt, Gloria Capron, she's, I think, 89, but her son was handling all of her information. Try and get an intermediary. Try and find a younger relative that is a little bit more tech savvy. And maybe they're the person to contact, and then they can handle that. I have printed stuff out to PDF and I have mailed it. I will do whatever it takes to get information, especially out of that older relative. It's, when an older relative dies, it's like burning down a library. I mean, you lose all of this information. You lose these stories that are still up here, and you might lose access to photos and everything else. So that's what I would do, Esther. I think that you really need to find someone in your family that is able to do that and act as an intermediary.
That's a good idea. We have this question here from Elaine, and she says, some people do not respond to requests. For how long do you keep trying to reach out? And I know this is a comment. This is actually a question that we get quite often to the support team, because people want help with it. If it's a very close DNA match and they're just not responding.
Yeah. Well, you have to understand, Esther, once you hit that invite, you have no control if that, I use Google Mail. Stuff ends up in the promotions folder. They may not know about the promote. You can actually turn that folder off and not even know it's there. I mean, there's so many ways it can go wrong. Junk, anything like that. Maybe it's a dead email. So this is what I do. As I said before, and I'm serious, I set a reminder in my Google Calendar. It's every Friday at 1 p.m. Follow up on my DNA matches and everything. And then what I do is I usually wait about a month or two. A lot of my relatives are snowbirds. They don't have computers in Florida or in Palm Springs. And so it may be when they go home. But the thing also, what I tend to do is I use some of these people search sites like Zaba Search, Z-A-B-A. That's the one that I use, or been verified. And I will go and see, is the information accurate? Those sites like Zaba Search, you can actually see who they're related to and who lives in the household. So you can see if there's another person you can reach out to. And in this time, I'm always very clear, especially I have European relatives, and the first thing they say, okay, what do you want? Do you want property? Is this a scam? And I can totally understand that, because we have a different vision of genealogy here in the United States. So I always preface that information that this is who I am. I'm related to you through so-and-so. I know so-and-so. It is work. There's no easy button for it. Even MyHeritage can set up everything to make this easy. But the thing is, actually making contact can be very difficult. You just have to pursue it.
Great advice.
Yeah.
And I love the weekly reminders set.
Yeah. Yeah, I've really gotten into reminders as I get older because I forget stuff a lot. And that's it. I'd have a reminder now to change my laundry in the dryer once we're done here.
Amazing. Let's see. I saw a question.
Oh, this is good. Julie had a good one. Add a feature that the message was read would help.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Yeah, that would be helpful. But that, I know from an IT standpoint, that could be difficult, because just because it's received in the mailbox doesn't mean it was read. So it would take I know the IT people at MyHeritage are rock stars. They can do this, but it's not as easy as you think it is, because it depends on the email program they're using, how the email arrives, and is read just when it arrives, or is it when it's actually open?
We have a question here from Carol, and she says, do I need to subscribe to the complete version in order to make further progress? So this is a good opportunity just to remind you what is included in the complete plan. So the basic family tree will be up to 250 individuals in your family tree. The complete plan is unlimited family tree size. There are some collections, some historical record collections that you wouldn't be able to access with a basic plan. So with a complete plan, you would have unlimited access to all the historical record collections, as well as the photo tools, some of the ones that Thomas used, the MyHeritage Photo Enhancer and MyHeritage in Color, which colorizes photos. As a basic user, you would have up to 10 of each of those for free. And once you've used those 10, that's the limit. So with a complete plan, those would be unlimited. So those are really the features that you would get. There's much more included as well. You can go to myheritage.com/pricing to learn more about all the different features that are offered with that complete plan. So to get a little more information.
Yeah, Esther, I wasn't being rude on my phone. I was entering the Zaba search and the Ben verified links. So it says Zara search, it's Zaba search. Zaba search was one of the first people finder sites that came out over 10 years ago. And when it came out, people freaked out. How are they getting this info? Realize it's all public records. It's court file. It's anything that someone could go down to a government office and get. So they're not, and you can also have your info removed. So I just want people to know that. Be careful of any of the others besides the two that I mentioned. Be careful, because a lot of them, they want you to buy, an $89 report or something like that. They sign you up for a subscription. So be very careful. The only two I trust are Zaba Search and Been Verified.
Fantastic. And I have a question for you, Thomas.
Sure.
Besides the cookies, how are you staying connected with your family members this holiday season?
It's tough. And I was telling Esther, my mother-in-law was from Greece and she died in February. And we're not supposed to celebrate any holidays for the first year. The Greeks have a very strict memorial. I mean, we're supposed to wear black, the immediate family and everything. Because of COVID, I talked to my father-in-law last week. I said, Lou, can we get a little bit of a pass this year? I said, just like the song, we really need a little Christmas right now. And so that's what we do. He's the only person in our bubble that we go and bring him food and everything. I'm on Zoom. We did a Zoom for Thanksgiving. I actually took out the domain Happy Zoom Year, and I'm doing a big Zoom party for New Year's Eve. And I think you just have to use technology's great to do it. But it's going to be a tough few months here in Chicago with the cold weather. And to me, that's the best way to do it. I'm on Facebook a lot, but Facebook, remember, Esther, I have a very narrow view of Facebook. I don't do games, politics, or religion. You ask me to play Farmville, I will come and burn down your crops, guaranteed. So the thing is, it's just genealogy.
Well, that's our line of work too. So
Yes.
we like that.
Yeah.
So now's a good opportunity to tell everyone that our Facebook Lives that we have, they're all the past ones. You can go and watch them. They're all on the MyHeritage Facebook page under the video section. And this one will be there as well afterwards. So you can go take a look. And our next Facebook Live that we have coming up is on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And we have one called Finding Her Voice, 3 Steps for Researching Your Female Ancestors. And that's with Gina Philibert Ortega. So that's a really exciting one as well coming up. And we'd love to we're going to be having many, many more in the upcoming months. And if there is a topic that we have not covered yet, I think we've covered so many, but I think that genealogy is endless, right, Thomas?
It is. I've been doing it 42 years now, since I was, a little bit over 14. And it just never ends. It's still exciting every day when I get up to do it. I just wish I had more time, to be honest.
As most of us do.
Yeah.
And there are just so many topics and so many different avenues that we can research and discover and talk about. So if there's something that you'd like to see in a Facebook Live that you haven't seen yet, please leave us a comment and let us know. So now, Thomas, I think we'll give away one complete plan today for the draw. So I just want to remind you all, anyone who does not win today, there are 3 complete plans that we're giving away for the My Holiday Heritage competition. So please post them on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, use the hashtag, and we'd love to see your stories, and maybe you'll win when the competition is over. We're really excited about it. So the winner of today's draw from the traditions that we did here. So there were some really, really great ones here in the comments. I don't know if you saw them.
I did. Yeah.
But some really, really lovely ones that I already saw. And the winner is Connie Fisher Newen. And Connie wrote, "Our tradition is to gather with our kids and grandkids for gift exchange and Chinese dinner. And then the grandkids recreate a picture that we took about 10 years ago. So we have an annual photograph of them in the same places and positions year after year. I have framed each picture, and they are all out for display during the holidays."
That is excellent. Yeah. I just finally want to show a close-up of one of the ornaments that I created.
Lovely.
So what I did is I enhanced this with the MyHeritage photo tools. I printed it out and mounted it on cardstock. And then this is preserved cedar and preserved rosebuds, and then punched a hole at the top. And so I have this already digitized, secured, safe. I have the original archived in a protective holder. I never use original photos for this type of stuff. But no, I have this, and I have the bigger tree in the living room that I'm hoping to decorate this week with more of these. So.
Oh, lovely. You'll have to send us a picture once
Yes,
it's all set up.
I will.
So congratulations, Connie, on the MyHeritage Complete Plan, and we'll be in touch with you through private message to claim your prize. For everyone else, please enter the My Holiday Heritage competition and use the hashtag. We'd love to see your stories. Thomas, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. Have a great holiday, everyone. See you soon.
You too, and we hope to see you again next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.